Hello guys, Shaden here. In this video, I survived 200 days in hardcore Minecraft without leaving the caves, and this is what happened. The last video did really well, so if you want to see 300 days, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Last time, I forgot to mention him, but this video was inspired by Luke TheNotable. By 100 days, we defeated the Ender Dragon. Let's see if we can get a full Emerald Beacon by day 200. Now without further ado, let's get to day 101. I started day 101 by enchanting a new pickaxe. My netherite pickaxe is almost broken and I don't have mending yet. I then took my newly made pickaxe and went netherite mining. After some time I found nothing, so I went back home and shoveled some dirt. I used the netherrack I got with my new pickaxe and expanded the walls around my base. Nearing the end of the first day, the walls were pretty much complete. Behind my base, I made a hole of magma where most of my profits would come from these 100 days. Day 102, I started digging away behind the magma to put a potato farm back there. Day 103, I outlined where the potatoes would go. I started filling in the dirt, but I ran out, so I ran to get some more. After that, I hydrated the farm and got wood from a mine shaft. Day 104, I lit up the farm with some torches and tilled the dirt. I then went to my old potato farm and used those to fill up the new one. Day 105, I was living the life. I was mining and thriving and finding some diamonds. I had some apples to find if I wanted a beacon by 295. Day 106, I found another mine shaft. I needed to get apples and this was the only way. And surely enough, we found 2 of them. Day 107, I began constructing a jail for my future slaves. This is what they get for immigrating illegally on my land. After I finished the jail, I began to run around my base and destroy all the torches for a higher chance of getting zombie villagers to spawn. Then I used the bones I got from skeletons that day to grow some potatoes. I stole a skeleton's bow and combined it with mine, then I named it American School System. Day 108, I decided I needed experience, so I went to the end to murder some long boys. I pretty much spent the rest of the day looking for zombie villagers. I tend to do that a lot. As that's exactly what I did on day 109, and what do you know, I found one. I tried to tactfully maneuver him through that creeper. Didn't work. On day 110, I took my anger out on the natives, then went netherite mining. My armor was breaking, so I put it on display and made some new diamond armor. On day 111, I continued my search for zombie villagers. Eventually I got bored, so I enchanted my new armor and harvested my potatoes. Day 112, I found another zombie villager and gave him a new home. Day 113, I expanded the prison and reset trades trying to find mending. And I did! On day 114, I tried to go on a casual drive, but my car left without me. I spent the day mining some blackstone. I needed it to build a better prison for our soon-to-be-growing population of slaves. So I worked on mining it out the next day, then explored to find another villager. Eventually I gave up again because I'm the worst, so I moved the villager we already have to the new prison. Unfortunately, the trades didn't lock, so I had to get mending again. Then I destroyed the old prison and went to the nether fortress. I have 85 days to get 3 wither skulls, might as well start now. Day 116, I continued to look for withers. Day 117, I looked for zombie villagers. These days are getting repetitive. Can someone explain when invisible spiders were added to the game? Day 118, I went experience farming in the end. I wanted to use the XP to enchant, but Mojang accidentally removed enchanting from the game. Fun! Day 119, I started building an enderman farm. Day 120, I caught an endermite and named him Slithery Boy, and by the end of the day, the farm was complete. On day 21, I found another zombie villager. I named him Jake and drop-kicked him into a pit. I started trading potatoes with the first villager because I gave up on resetting for a mending book. Then I went into a mineshaft to look for more golden apples. I don't know where the extra one went, but I think it glitched out of my inventory when I upgraded versions. I never found the apple, but I needed something to take my anger out on. Day 123, I started decorating the front of my beehive. Today was a sad day. I had to destroy the 69 sign. I needed room for decoration that didn't cause 12-year-olds to laugh. By the end of the day, the fence was looking pretty good. The next day, I went to the nether to get decoration for my base. I built some crimson trees around. They didn't look that bad. After, I went to the end to get some XP. Day 126, I got really good pickaxe enchants, so I combined them and named it Legitness. Then I went mining for the entire day to find another mineshaft, and I found a golden apple. The next day, I moved our newly cured villager into the prison. Whoa, hold up, this is a family channel. On day 129, I got the 1 emerald mending trade. Now I have a ton of mending without the XP to enchant, so I went to the end to get some. Day 130, I put mending on 2 armor pieces, but I didn't have enough XP for the rest. Day 131, I went to the zombie farm, then murdered large groups of children. I really just committed a lot of murder that day. Don't worry, I was able to put mending on my pants, and there's no better way to end off a day of crime than farming my potatoes. I started the next day by going back to the end. I don't know where days 133 to 136 went, but we can assume I farmed potatoes and grinded for mending XP. On day 137, I took apart the Enderman farm and started flattening land for the new one. The next day, I followed a YouTube tutorial that Xavier sent me to build a new Enderman farm. It took incredibly long to find an Endermite, and I almost killed myself to pearl damage multiple times. It took so long that we completed the continuous suicide on day 139. I didn't realize you couldn't name an Endermite while it's in the minecart, so I had to break it and name it. By the end of the day, the new farm was complete and a lot more efficient than the first one. More mass murder on day 140. Yep, that's literally all I did. I get too much joy out of killing things in Minecraft. Day 141, I stayed in the end again. Day 142, I was showering in potatoes. I'm surprised no women are lining up yet. I've been working on breeding the villagers a lot, and I gave one of them the stonemason job. I was hoping I could use my silk touch pickaxe to get a lot of stone, and use the stone for massive stonks. I used every level of XP I had to put mending on my netherite pickaxe. Now I'm well equipped with silk touch and fortune. The next day I clicked start streaming on OBS and decided to go potato farming live on twitch.tv/Ghostina_. Everyone go follow, link in the description. I continued to farm potatoes for the first 2 days of the stream. I sold the potatoes to a farmer, then used the emeralds to buy bricks from the stonemason. I needed to level him up so I could sell stone. Then I took all the cobblestone I had in my chest and started to smelt it. All that stone will be worth a lot of beautiful Bitcoin. At the beginning of day 145, I sold stone to the mason, who has since leveled up twice. Then I used the emeralds to buy some pumpkin pie, just like Grandma used to make. Nearing the end of the day, I began to dig out space for the second potato farm. I needed 2.5 stacks of emerald blocks by the end of these 100 days, and stone and potatoes were my best bet to accomplish that. Day 146, I made a bunch of bookshelves, mined some obsidian, and set up an enchanting area in the end. Did I mention we have a looting villager? Well, you're gonna have to take my word for it, because now we have looting 3. On day 147, Liam showed me the design for a much better spider farm, so by the end of the day I had finished modifying mine. The next day I continued to mine out space for more potatoes. In the end, I did a strat to spawn more Endermen, where I set my spawn right next to the portal, and every time I finished killing them all, I'd go to the overworld and run back and they'd all be completely respawned. I did this for the entire day, but I needed a quicker way. On day 149, I made a minecart clicking elevator to get up from the Enderman farm, and it is very addicting to use. I started day 150 by smiling maniacally while killing the innocent. Then the game glitched and ended the series. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more, hit the JK, it was just a visual glitch. These days get pretty repetitive from here, to be honest. Probably a good time to think of some jokes. I still haven't finished digging out the new potato farm. Gotta make it huge, just like your mom. On day 151, I put looting 3 on a new diamond sword so I can use it to get skulls. Then I continued to dig. Digging continued on the next day, but the farm was done by day 153. On day 154, I went searching for wood to use in a super ineffective project that was all around a waste of my precious time. I was digging out an underground mob farm, which turned out to be a very bad idea, and I was just wasting time when I could have been making stonks. I mean, at least I could sell the stone. Oh no, this part of the video's boring? Sure hope no one interrupts.
Bazinga!
I will admit, I was making a considerable amount of emeralds from this farm before it was even built. Day 156, more trapdoor placing, more mining, more regrets, more shame, more fear, and more auto-clicker time while I sat back and talked to women. I needed more wood for trapdoors and decided a change of scenery was necessary. I quite liked the warp forest, definitely my favorite nether biome. Then I went around lighting up caves because I forgot to do that after I found the villagers. The next morning I rolled up to the mob farm to finish it, and it was already working pretty decently. Don't worry, this is the only time it's ever going to work. On day 159, I tried to AFK fish farm while mobs spawned, but the cave update had a weird fishing rod glitch and I didn't want to deal with it. In 300 days, I might try to improve upon this farm. It is hot trash right now. I began day 160 by looking after my smelting cobblestone. Stone is where most of my profits come from these 100 days. The amount of cobble in the furnaces was getting low, so I refilled them. Oh look, I went to the mob farm and it was completely empty. It's almost like I said that would happen. After getting over my overwhelming disappointment, I went to the nether to try to obtain some wither skulls. I got back the next day after earning no wither skulls, so I coped with my depression by making some money. I harvested my potatoes and sold them too. I decided we needed more room in the prison for some baby making, so I expanded it out. Ugh. I'm kind of disgusted by how well that worked. You get the drill now. More money making on day 162. I kind of just ran around a lot today trying to find something to do. Eventually I settled on expanding the spider farm, but a creeper airstriked me and took out the spawner. More stonks. Always more stonks. Our income speed is at a good pace. 16 emerald blocks done, only about 140 to go. I got bored and my pickaxe was getting low anyway, so I might as well spend some time in the end. I went into the prison to catch the children jumping on the bed. One fell off and died instead. I got a lot of coal today because I've been running low on fuel. The children grew up, so I hired one as a mason so I could sell double the stone. Okay, I guess the mob farm doesn't work that badly, I just wish it was better. After a long day of work, I decided I would sleep amongst the poor. I was slightly uncomfortable with the guard watching me sleep. You could just feel his eyes following you. I needed to make more money, so I hired another farmer and used carrots from the zombie farm. I began to dig out space for another farm module to go. The zombies the next day were trying too hard to defend a pile of dirt. By day 167, the carrot space was getting pretty big. I used bone meal to try to populate the entire farm since I only started with 4 carrots. This is a visual glitch. I promise this farm works. What better way to spend day 169 by seeing the sky for the first time? I know I'm supposed to be underground, but I made sure to never go above the highest land blocks, and I never collected any materials from above those blocks. The idea was that if I could dig a big enough hole, eventually animals would randomly fall into my base. It was the only way to get animals, so I think it's fair. Day 170, selling some stone, mining coal, and smelting some ores. We needed some wood for the animal drop spot, so we went to the mine shaft to get some. Next day I spent making a minecart elevator to just below the surface. Eventually I got the rhythm down and I was able to get it done in no time. Then I went and got more wood in the mine shaft. I spent a large portion of the day digging a 3x3 hole for animals to drop down. Then I got more wood, harvested potatoes, placed signs in the drop spot, then placed water to push the animals into it. Day 173 and we have 40 emerald blocks. We're making good pace. I made a loom in hopes that we could sell wool if a few sheep fell down the hole, but I didn't end up using it. This day was pretty routine, just bone mealed some crops, harvested them, and sold them to villagers. The next day I spent in the nether trying to get wither skulls. Theoretically, this platform is supposed to be far enough away to where more wither skeletons can spawn, but I don't think it works that way. Started the next day by bone mealing my farms. Harvest, replant, it's all really repetitive. Like every other day, I sold them to the villagers. Then I gave the villagers some potatoes so they could do the
Devil's Tango.
I started brewing more weakness potions so I could infect my villagers and get cheaper trades. I dug out space for a zombie to go, and then I captured one in a boat. I named him Omnom because I thought that was cute. It took a while to capture the villagers successfully, but eventually I fed him to Omnom for dinner. Okay, I definitely underestimated this mob farm. After curing the villager, the trades weren't much better than they were before, so I put him back in for round 2. While trying to free the villagers, the iron golem got mad at me, so I had to clap his cheeks. Another iron golem spawned, but this time it was outside, so I can clap his cheeks too. The villager we cured is giving 1 emerald for 8 stone. That is an absolute steal. We were getting tight on time, we had to get the wither skulls. Not before I 360 no-scoped this ghast. I basically just do a lot of wither skull farming the next few days. While live on Twitch, I got my second half-a-heart close call of these 100 days while fighting some wither skeletons. I ran out of food, so I ended up having to escape on half-a-heart and survive eating rotten flesh from piglins. The trip home took an entire day, but on day 181 I sold the coal from the wither skeletons to the armorer. I'm sorry this video is super boring, but every single day for the next 20 Minecraft days are the same. We bone meal some crops, we harvest the crops, we sell the crops, we go mining for a little bit, we sell the stone, we go to the nether, we kill wither skeletons, we get coal, we sell the coal, we make emeralds, and eventually get the beacon. That's pretty much all we do. Day 182, I got my first wither skull. I decided to do some piglin trades this day, I don't know why. I don't really need anything from it. Day 183, I made a brewing stand so I could hire a cleric. Then my 3 Twitch viewers witnessed something that no child should ever see.
Devil's Tango.
Then I went to the zombie farm. I can sell rotten flesh with the cleric, and I already have a lot in here. 55 emerald blocks. Not good, but not bad either. I spent a lot of time in the nether. I needed to wait for my villagers to restock, and this was the perfect way to spend my time. And it really was a good use of our time because we got 2 wither skulls in a row. It was perfect. Okay, I didn't have my mic on because I'm in a Discord call, but we just got 2 wither skulls in a row. when I've been spending the entire day trying to find some. I am incredibly happy. Rather than celebrating the victory, I harvested, planted, and sold my crops. At this point, we had 2 mason villagers, so if I spent the day waiting for zombies to spawn in the spawner and mining stone, then I would get a good amount of profits at the end of the day. The rest of this video is going to be boring, so let's take a moment of silence and listen to my mother on the phone. Someone translate that, please. I actually can't film any more voiceovers while my mom's on the phone, so I'm just gonna, take a breather. I need to fill up time, so I guess I can talk about my plans for the next episode. When 300 Days comes out, if it doesn't get over 30 likes, I will probably just make it the last episode. This is so I can do other videos. For a while, I will be making 5 videos per month. Each week will be 1 video, and whenever I can during the month, I will post 1 huge project video. This could be a documentary-style video, another 100 Days series, pretty much anything that'll take a month to film and edit. This will allow me to take YouTube a bit slower and put more effort into the new content. On day 190, we mourn the death of Omnom the zombie. An iron golem spawned in his room and killed him. It's a sad day for mankind. We do a lot of housekeeping leading up to the Wither fight, just a lot of money making and zombie killing and expansion. We dug out a place for the beacon to go when we killed the Wither. Leading up to the fight, I just continued my money making, and then I decided to fight the Wither on day 195. The fight was relatively easy. If you guys ever have a hard time fighting the Wither, just stuff him in a tunnel where he can't get you, and then shoot him from a distance. A few sword slashes to finish the job, and the Wither was killed. On day 196, I crafted the beacon and spent the rest of the 100 days getting emeralds. I had to go to the surface to dig space for the beacon, but cut me some slack, it's literally the only way. I activated the beacon for haste 1 so I could have an easier time getting stone to sell. At this point I was rushing, just trying to sell anything around the world that I could. By the end of day 198, the beacon was complete and I could finally insta-mine. I also captured a sheep and a cow. Day 199, I captured some axolotls and named one of them Squirtle. Then on day 200, I celebrated the accomplishment by making a diamond throne for janitor. It was a good day. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see more, hit the like button and I'll definitely do 300 days. I'm sorry this video was shorter than the last episode, we just didn't do much, and I got lazy editing. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out the Twitch, because I streamed some of the days on Twitch. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.